we slap 'em, yeah, we slap 'em, yeah, we slap 'em, yeah, we slap 'em, yeah.
How's Atlanta treating you?
It's treating me nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded a little.
I moved to Atlanta for business, and the business is booming for sure. So I guess I am getting what I asked for.
Yeah. What happened with you and dark hair? You guys split.
Oh yeah. I started to want to explore different colors when I turned 20 because I was like, new woman, new me.
Love it.
So I just felt like I needed a change, and that's when I started that.
Doing amazing things, Madai.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing. Like, I always pick my favorite people to come on the show. And I saw you recently over the past couple weeks, and you've been killing it. And then I look at your archive, and it's viral video after viral video. You were on Lion King when you were 9 years old. How's life? How's your 20s? Are you living it up yet, or are you still in the grind set?
I would say that I am living it up because this is gonna set me up to be able to live it up for real, for real. But yeah, I'm enjoying my 20s. It's just the beginning, so it's fun.
How do you know when you've made it? Is it like a jet ski? Like when do you know you've made it? Because for me, it's a jet ski.
I think when my family is comfortable, when I see them living how I need them to be living.
So the whole family has a jet ski.
That too.
Okay.
But I feel like I want my family in a big castle. And until I see them there, I did not make it yet.
Before we get too deep into really good conversations, I have a question, and I actually need you to fill this thing out. So you were on Drewski and Kai, Sinat's live stream, and they firmly believe you're a robot.
Yeah.
/ AI.
I know.
And I kind of want to debunk that because I only interview humans. So would you mind filling this out for me really quick?
That I am a human.
Yeah.
Oh, this is funny. I am not a robot.
Sweet.
Do I need to do the puzzle to continue?
No.
Oh.
You're fine.
Okay.
She got it wrong, guys.
Are you saying that I'm a robot?
I don't know. It says, please select all matching images. It says redo.
I don't really know how to respond to this. I mean, I can be a robot if you want me to.
I do.
Okay.
So the amazing Perez Hilton,
Oh, yeah.
a guy who spots early talent, Justin Bieber, Adele, Taylor, personally looked at you in a conversation and said he sees something very special in you and something very different, and that people are afraid of things that are different.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
I think recently what that means to me is that I'm in the making to becoming one of the greats because those people are different. I think of Bob Marley right now because I just saw that movie, and I'm also Caribbean, I'm Jamaican as well. So I remember a character in the film told him sometimes the messenger has to become the message. And after I heard that, I'm like, okay, I think that's a little bit of my life as well. So I'm just navigating through the waves as I'm on my jet ski. And yeah, that's what that means to me.
Have you always felt different?
Yeah.
I know you did talent shows as a kid, and I was very curious. Did anybody compete with you in the neighborhood?
You know what? That's a funny story because that's crazy that you even brought that up. That's a little odd.
They come to the Nardwar podcast.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, I was trying to put together a talent show in my neighborhood when I was like a kid, and no one showed up, like nobody. And I was just like, oh, okay.
A star was born that day.
But the thing is, I don't think I was very much like living in my reality. So if I'm saying I'm putting a talent show together, to other people, that's just words, one ear out the other. I was like, no, we're putting on a show. Like, there's going to be a stage. There's going to be an audience. Like, that's what I thought was about to happen. And yeah, it was in my neighborhood, like outside in the yard, but I didn't really. We just went past that.
You get a lot of indirect comparisons to Doja Cat. So Katy Perry, Perez Hilton, they kind of just brought it up in passing.
Yeah.
Why do you think people bring up Doja Cat with your newfound popularity?
Because she's probably one of the only people that is outside the box. So, people need something to compare something to make it make sense to them.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Doja.
She's
I
great.
love Doja Cat. Her Planet Her was like the peak when I listened to her.
I think for me, honestly, even whatever she feels about it, I loved Say So. Like when that came out, I was just like, what? This is a pop hit and it's like a banger, not like cheesy.
You have Doja Cat energy. I'm trying to like match it right now. I don't know if you can tell. I'm trying to
match yours though.
Are you trying to match mine?
Yeah, but okay. I like this because I feel like I'm actually thinking and sitting and relaxing, speaking to you.
Do you think Doja Cat, why I like Doja so much is in all her interviews, like she just went on a podcast with you. Have you ever seen this gecko guy? He dresses like a gecko and he does podcasts.
No.
I'm not dressed up right now. Like this is actually me.
Okay.
But she's just so funny, and the questions they ask, she has such good responses to. And you and your liveliness and the characters you can tap into just give me so much like Jim Carrey vibes. Like, do you look up to Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I do.
You were an actor too.
Yeah, like I loved movies like The Grinch and stuff like that. Like I can embody that like completely. I was just talking to my mom, like if they did a remake of Cat in the Hat, I could be the Cat in the Hat. Like seriously. So I love that kind of stuff.
You got a favorite movie?
Annie.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Classic. Have you seen Dune 2?
No.
The new movie with Timothée Chalamet and...
No, I really don't watch movies now.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I really don't actually.
It's sad. Like Bob Marley was my recent movie in like a long time.
Yeah. You got to watch Bob Marley. Like that's a name that you say and it just stuns you how big his name is. Mm-hmm. How big are you trying to get Madai?
As big as I can get, as big as it calls for me to be, because now that I've really stepped into another dimension, I finally have accepted that what's for me will be. So, as far as I can take it, I want to be the biggest. Yeah,
you have it. I had this guy named Chase and Lou on the podcast, and he has this quote. I do deep dives on my guests, and he was saying, I want to be bigger than Drake on some clout stuff. And I'm like, that's a lot to handle. Like, do you want to handle that?
What? What would I be handling? That seems like a lot.
I don't know. Drake level scares me personally. So that's why I'm interested in your insight. Someone who has this amazing talent for music and this lively energy. I am an early investor. And I see everything you've already done and where you're heading. And I don't know. I think it's because I was born in cornfields or something. But something about being like Drake level scares me.
It doesn't really scare me. I feel like I was literally made for it. Because if I'm not that big, then I'm going to have to conform to the life that I just can't fit in. Because even now, like, I feel like I'm too big in just certain spaces. So I'm going to have to be that big to make it make sense.
I love Drake, and there's actually a picture of you on the internet with J. Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You had a very surprised look when I first said that.
Because I was just going to say, like, what picture on the internet?
Yeah. You're like, Drake, what are we talking about? How did that, like, my top two artists right now, J. Cole and Harlow.
Okay.
I love those guys so much. You're going to have to explain the J. Cole picture to me.
Okay, well, I got invited to a writing camp put on by Dreamville. And he was just there to find a vibe for his album. And I happened to be there too to help create the vibe. So when I saw him, I was like, hey, can I get a picture? But before that, I definitely spoke to him and thanked him for like even allowing this space for creatives to like help him in his project. And then by the time I did that, it was easier to just ask for a picture, and I got it.
So having creators come out to curate a vibe for an album, how does that work? Does he ask you guys questions? What goes on?
Well, how did that go? For me, that was like one of my first big camps that I went to that the artist was actually there, because a lot of writers can tell you they always put events together for people to write for the biggest artists, and they've never seen them, and that's just not really how it goes. But for me, the J. Cole camp session, he was walking around the building because there was like over 20 studios, and he would just walk in the room, check it out, vibe, say something about it, then walk out. So I mean, that's just how it was. It was very open and free.
So the conversation when it comes to rap is usually J. Cole or Kendrick. Are those like the two you would say if you're comparing the top two? I
honestly feel like I don't have the right to answer this because I'm just not in rap culture that much. Like, I just like what feels good. So I know when people get deep in their raps, they're like, but the lyrics, and I'm just not a lyrics person. Because if I gotta like really think about what you're saying, I'm gonna be like, I don't know if that's good. Like, I'm okay with, I'm not even a fart. I'm good with that. So it's just like, if it sounds good, but I love J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Like Loyalty by Kendrick Lamar and Rihanna is like one of my favorite songs. And Money Trees, like they're both great.
I know you were telling Perez Hilton that you were thinking about rapping on some upcoming projects. And you just kind of, so your most recent single, Say Something, is this blend between rock and R&B, and it's a very individual sound, and I'm a huge fan of that sound. I love that.
You.
Like I grew up with all the hit classics, right? Are you're gonna rap?
You mean today? Am I gonna rap? What do you want to hear? Like, this one is for the boys with the booming system. I got that for you, but that's not mine. Rap? Okay, I had this rap, but it's kind of corny.
It's corny.
A little bit, because I recorded it and I heard it back and I was like, girl, that's not it. I'm finding my rap voice, but I love to rap. Like, it's so fun.
You have a powerful voice just from speaking.
Thanks.
Like I can tell. Just what do you do to take care of your voice?
I drink a lot of water and I go running every day in the morning. At least I try to, but I do it a lot. And yeah, I just have a healthy diet and just sleep a lot, because sleeping is great for the voice. That's how you vocal rest, because when you're not sleeping, you're talking. So that's like one of the only times you really get to rest your voice. So I try to make sure I'm getting enough sleep.
Do you do ice baths, or do you have to take batteries out before you do the ice bath?
I'm not a robot. Stop doing that to me.
You promise. You promise.
I promise not today.
Okay.
I'm human.
But you do ice baths then?
No, because it's too cold. I know that's like actually so good for you, but I just can't do it. Like I try to do like the last 5 seconds I'm in the shower and I'm literally screaming as that's happening. So no, I can't.
Have you ever done anything detrimental to your voice that made you a little bit nervous?
That's kind of an often kind of thing, because the style of music that I do requires a lot. And right now, like I'm really just freestyling. I need to get a vocal coach so that I can be taught how to really navigate that, because as much as I love to do it, I don't even know how to do it. I just be doing it. And it can be damaging if you're not doing it properly.
How has American Idol recently changed your approach to your career?
My approach to my career. It's definitely made me go harder.
Sweet.
Because I'm like, it's not me. That's not the real me. So
Meaning?
I'm better than what you saw on American Idol. For sure, skis.
That makes me excited.
Yeah.
bet.
And I feel like I'm kind of proving that right now on my social media. I mean, it's crazy how this thing catapulted me. And it's, in a way, showing my flaws to a degree that's like, it's giving just not it. And on my social media, it's somewhat of, let's not use this word because people might get crazy with this, but it looked good on my page and it sounds good. And here's the thing, that's really true, because I practice. On that show, you practice on your own before you get on the show. But once you're on the show, the practice time and for you to really do a good job doesn't happen. So unless you're a naturally born perfect singer, which I'm not, because I learned how to sing when I was 5. I was trained to sing. I didn't sound like I could sing. They just said, you got the passion, so we gonna help you. Yeah, I was not gonna be my best if I don't have all the resources that I need and the time to really make that happen. Plus, that was also, right before American Idol, I tested for COVID and it said nothing. It said I was good. It must have been wrong because I was sick as a dog. Like, and I almost wish that I vlogged it, because now if I talk about it, it's getting like, it's an excuse. It's not. It's okay, because I learned something amazing that week when I was sick as a dog. I healed my own body in a way that I was like, I can trust myself now the next time I get sick or something comes up, because I know what I need to do now. Like, I literally got better like that. But it was not just your average cold. I was shivering. I was singing to my mom on the phone and I was literally like, I can't sing. Like, I sounded horrific. I called all my singing mentors that are older than me. They're like, take this, slurp this, drink this, all this stuff. And I was just putting everything in my body to get better. And natural things, of course, like I was ill, and coconut oil is so gross, but I was chugging that thing down like every day, like a teaspoon, and I would like spray something like sour on top so it can take away the smell. Like I just was really trying to heal my body, and I did that. So that happened right before American Idol. And like I said, the time to really practice to get that to be what it's supposed to be, I didn't get that.
Do you hit them with the sob story? Because I noticed a lot of contestants on The Voice or American Idol or even X Factor, they always have like this super in tune like, sob story. And what I liked about you is when you came on for your first audition. First off, I'm not super keen on American Idol. Let me start there. Was that your first audition, or how many auditions did you have to go through before that audition where you did I Kissed a Girl?
One, and it was through Zoom. And by that point, it was pretty much like, you're going to be on the show, because they found me to be on the show. So with that, they already knew what kind of person they were getting. They were just making sure in the audition that I am what I was portraying, and I got it. So not really much of a audition process.
But you didn't hit them with the sob story of like, I'm sick or something?
No, because for me, that's not something you say. Like it's very cringe when a singer is like, oh, I can't sing right now, like I'm sick. Stuff like that is like, girl, then don't sing. You should have never told nobody that you could sing. So I don't use that as anything. That's embarrassing for me to admit that I was sick. No, not sick.
If you took Katy Perry's bag, what would have been in it?
Some lipstick,
Okay.
some chapstick. What would she have in her bag? Katy Perry. Mascara, for sure.
Okay.
A cute little mirror. A card. And her keys.
Girls know girls so well.
Yeah.
I carry light. I don't even use my wallet anymore because I just use tap to pay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm getting an electric car too. I don't want to like go to a gas station. I want to be able to just like when you charge yourself, do you have to go somewhere, or do you charge it at the house?
Wherever I can plug myself in. That's where I charge. You seem like you live a robotic life too. You got this room, and then you're getting an electric car. Like maybe you're the robot. You're so calculated.
This is my oil. Red Bull gives you wings. Did you know? I don't know. They might want me to take this out, but Red Bull, their slogan used to be gives you wings. And they had to purposely misspell it because a guy drank a Red Bull and jumped off a high place thinking it would actually give him wings.
No.
And I'm like, is that necessarily Red Bull's fault? I don't think so.
That's actually really crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It kind of probably would be their fault in a sense. Something like that made someone do that. Like, you know, you have to be cautious of that. Especially if you have impact and you're an influencer of some sort. And Red Bull is Red Bull. So whatever Red Bull say, you might listen.
Yeah. How much do you think about that when you go on interviews or on American Idol? You're very lively, and I can tell you're just your complete self. Do you ever feel scared that you might say something wrong?
I don't think about it as it's happening, but there's times where I might have said something. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's nothing crazy, but just the fact that we're in a new world that we can offend a lot more people than we used to.
Yeah. TikTok's hilarious because I feel like TikTok will pick somebody to like freak out over and love. Mm-hmm. And then TikTok will just like switch up on them in an instant.
Yep.
Like Matt Rife.
Oh, I know him. Isn't he a comedian?
He was a comedian, or is a comedian, not was.
Yeah. I saw his thing.
Everybody loved him. And then he said the wrong thing, that his demographic was young girls. He's an attractive guy, and he would joke around a lot about hookup culture and things like that. And then he used the wrong joke that was meant for the wrong demographic. And then TikTok just decided they hated him.
That's rough. Yeah. I'm sorry to him. I think he's funny from what I've seen, and yeah, he is good looking.
Yeah. He got a jawline surgery though.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
I mean, I guess guys are doing it too now.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you like plastic? Are you into that stuff?
I haven't done anything yet, so I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe,
I don't know. I feel like if I really don't want to become any kind of plastic. I would hope in my heart that as I grow old, I continue to love my face. but I am aware of the life that I am living and will be living, that influence is going to be there. So it's just something that I have to make sure that any decision I make has to come from me, and that I'm doing it for a reason that makes sense in my heart. I don't want it to be something that I'm like just doing and then I look back at myself and I'm like, what the heck? I don't want that.
Would you rather be a rock star or a pop star?
What's the difference?
They're very similar. I think one's just more pink than the other.
Yeah, I'm definitely not pink. I'm more red.
So you're a rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have strong, deep roots in any rock and roll, or is this more just like a sound you've kind of adopted over time?
I think it's a sound that I've adopted over time, but honestly, it's a sound that I grew up listening to, but not through rock and roll, like through Disney. So
True.
I grew up, I will never forget. I was just in the living room, and back in the day when, is on demand still a thing, like on TV?
I wouldn't know, girl.
Well, yeah, on demand. I went there, and they would have Demi Lovato's the Who Said I Can't Wear My. I've been wanting to sing that for a minute, but I remember just studying her that day. It was like a summer day. The sun was coming through, and I was just in that living room. I'll never forget. So like that sound, I absolutely love, and that's my rock and roll.
We share a same dream where growing up, like many kids, I always wanted to be on Disney. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I got a beard, I was like, it's over for me. It's too late. Like I might be able to be like an uncle or an older brother on a Disney show.
Yeah. Or like the brother in iCarly. What's his name? Spencer?
Oh, Spencer's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He was the best. iCarly, like that's the lifestyle we live right now.
Right.
Is iCarly.
Right.
iCarly was before its time.
It was slept on, but I think if you knew, you knew. Because like iCarly is really that girl.
I'm honestly amazed that she was doing an internet show in the cartoon, or not cartoon, but television show before internet shows made by girls like that in their attic was even a thing.
Yeah. I loved iCarly. And it was also cool that you could actually go to the website and like see. I was like, that's really cool.
If you had to pick a show, a Disney show that you could replace a role in, what Disney show would it have been?
Replace just sounds so taking your spot. Because the girls.
Take it, Madai.
Oh my God, no.
Take the
But I
spot.
love this woman. She's
Okay.
incredible. I would have loved to be, honestly, in a lot of different shows. I could have been in Shake It Up. I actually auditioned for Shake It Up when I was a kid to be like a dancer on there. But I loved Ant Farm, so I loved China Anne McClain. I remember getting into arguments about her at the lunch table in 5th grade because people were like, she's not even all that. I'm like, what do you mean she's not even all that? Like, I was going hard. That's really my sister in my mind. Even Roxy and Let It Shine, that's Coco Jones. Like, I recorded that song on my MacBook in 2010, and I have like the stems and everything. Like, I used to record music when I was like a little kid, and I murdered that song.
Were you a fan of Victorious?
Yeah, I loved Victorious. Cat was my favorite character.
Yes.
It's crazy because not on purpose, but I see how much of everyone that I've taken and become. But Ariana Grande in her role of Cat was like, I feel like I almost went through an identity crisis with that because I literally wanted to be that role because I'm like, that's me. That's how I feel. It's kind of like the character that I do now.
I was about to say.
Yeah, like, but I didn't even realize that until recently. Like, as I watch my videos and then I see some comments, I'm like, I'm just starting to make all the parallels to what I loved as a kid. So I guess that's where that character came from. I named her Katie.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's very close to Cat.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I don't even realize that this is happening. And I'm like, I'm manifesting my like, child life because I didn't get to do it.
Can we cycle through some of your like characters
Sure.
that you like pop in and out of?
Sure.
Okay, give me one right now.
This one right here, this is Katie.
Yeah, there she is.
She's like really nice. Right now she's comfortable, but when she's nervous, it's kind of a shaky sound.
She's chill.
But
She's
is
really cool.
Thanks.
I like her. Okay, what's another one?
Who do I have? Kyle. That's her brother. And he's like a surfer dude, but he's also a gym teacher. And I don't know. I just like Kyle.
Sick.
Who else do I have? I just named a new character named Simone. I've given her this voice because, wait, as a little off, Simone is her name.
Okay.
And I named her after my late cousin, and she was from London. And she was a phenomenal woman. So as as I continue to speak like this, I feel like I'm her a little bit. So it's Simone.
She seems very mature.
She is.
She seems like, does she wear glasses?
Reading glasses. Oh, and that right there, this voice, she's kind of like Valley Girlish, but she's kind of a diva and she gets a little crazy. But I haven't named her yet. She's kind of me, like Madai. American Idol got that person, which is the Madai. If she was a character animation.
To go back to your audition at American Idol, you performed I Kissed the Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked you to sing Happy Birthday. And you seemed, because you had super high energy and then you seemed a little bit nervous. You were like, okay.
Yeah, I was nervous because as weird as it seems to everyone, that voice takes a lot more effort than my rock voice. So the natural voice isn't so natural for me, even though it looks like it should be, but it's not. And even though the other voice needs to be tamed, when she's tamed, I soar. I can sing like that without judging myself. I'm like, I know I'm good when I'm singing in that style. With the R&B, it's just something that takes a lot more practice for me. And it slows down me because I'm not as slow. But I do love it. And if I can get a great R&B song, I would sing the heck out of it. But that's just not... I don't think I resonate with R&B all the way to like solely give my heart to it the way I do with rock. R&B for me was something that I was forced on me in a sense, because I mean, I grew up in a Black community, so that's the music I'm hearing. But when I heard that other stuff, I was like, I love this.
Yeah. And you're mixing it so well.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's been the most persistent thought on your mind as of late?
What's next? Yeah.
Do you have any answer for yourself?
I do on a lower scale, but what's next for me is like, this was one of my what's next, because I did not expect to be here, especially in the time frame that I came. I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening for real. So yeah.
When I threw Thursday at your manager, I was assuming he wasn't going to say Thursday since it was in like 2 days. Mm-hmm. And I thought he was going to pick a future date. Then he was like, all right, Thursday works for me. And I was like, okay, let me get out of my bed and shower and get ready.
Yeah.
Like,
I wanted to do Thursday because one, obviously business wise, it makes sense, but I'm ready for that fast life. And that's what I like was doing when I was a child. And I'm ready to go back into that so I can get better, because that's what I want to do.
Growing up, what was the hardest rule for you to follow?
Stop talking. Mm-hmm. Stop talking.
And now look at us. We're talking.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to shut me up.
And now you have a mic and
Talking
headphones.
it up. Yeah. Shout out to my teacher who wrote a letter to my mom's second day of kindergarten and said that I talk too much. You're a hater. And seriously, that wasn't the first time that she hated on me in kindergarten. I really feel like I had teachers who hated on me as a kid because of what I was, and the relationships that I had with other teachers, because like I was either extremely loved or like super hated. And there were adults that made me know that. And I was a type of child that can see that. I wasn't oblivious to the world. I was a child, but I could sense and feel and know things about things that a kid shouldn't even know or recognize. But that teacher, she wasn't a fan of me at all. Even when I went to visit her, the school like 3 years later in like 5th grade, that energy was still there. And I said, why you don't like me? Like, what did I ever do to you? I was a kid.
Adults beefing with kids is odd.
Like, it was very odd. It's just so weird that like someone would do that to a child. And honestly, like, say what you want to say about me now, but at the end of the day, if I was a kid, what did I do to this teacher who signed up to work with kids that she just didn't like me? She would purposely choose not to believe me with other kids if something happened. What I gotta lie for? I lived a really great life as a kid. I had no reason to lie. And this teacher was just hating on me.
She's a hater.
Yeah.
I have this deep, embarrassing memory, and it's not even that bad, but it's one of those things that's just like sits with you for some reason. I just made it to my varsity basketball team. It was my sophomore year, and my coach gave me the keys to unlock his door. And I could not figure out how to unlock his office door. And so I walked up to him and handed him the keys, and the whole basketball team was watching. And then he just puts it in and rotates it and just looks at me like this. And this is like, I'm trying to earn my keep.
Right.
Like,
And you can't even unlock a door.
I haven't slept since, man. I haven't slept since.
So how about now? Do you know how to unlock doors?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I went home and just sat at the front door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Progress.
It was scary.
Sorry.
Have you ever waved at somebody that was waving at someone behind you?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But you don't care.
I kind of care.
You're just like, whatever.
I be caring because it's like embarrassing.
Do you be caring?
I be caring.
You care a lot?
I do, but I be trying not to.
I heard about that Starbucks employee that was real rude to you.
Who?
He said you were going to have to pay him if you're going to stay in his room.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I remember that. That was kind of long ago. What did I say happened?
You didn't know about the coffees and like how it worked.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, can you add some creamer? It doesn't taste that good. Like, can you add sugar?
And then he said if I ask for another thing, I'm gonna have to start paying for it. But like the thing was like there weren't like add-ons. It was like some of the things you missed. Because my cup wasn't even the right size, I think. Something like that. So it was just like, no, we're gonna get it till we get it right.
I hope he's in the comments right now.
I don't even
It's like,
know.
Madai, I love you. I'm so sorry.
I don't even remember his face. I don't even think I've seen him ever again after that.
Do you leave reviews?
I don't think so. I might have put like a low star, but I'm not writing nothing out.
When you move into Florida is my big question for you.
I hope soon. I was just talking about this on the way here. Like, I would love to maybe even work on an album out here. I think
Sweet.
my next album is going to need this kind of energy.
Let's talk about the next album because you have.
Well, my
singles.
first, actually.
I was gonna say you only have singles out.
Yeah.
First album. Do you have music already lined up for it, or is that?
That's something that I'm working on right now, making sure that I'm working with the right people so that I am taken seriously. Because outside of all the fun, I am an artist who can make great music.
Yeah.
And just making sure everybody's aligned with me.
What's the balance for artists when it comes to quality and quantity? Because there's people like Lil Boat who dropped like one song almost every single day for X amount of months or a year.
Is he a rapper?
Lil Boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a little different when they're rappers. I feel like you can do anything when you're rapping, and it can go. You don't even have to have real lyrics.
True.
As a singer, you got to practice, write it, make it mean something. And for me, I write about things that I go through. I'm not like a copy machine where you write a song for me, I'm just gonna go sing it. Because even if you do that, I'm changing some things. So it takes time.
So you haven't dropped an album yet, which I think is a really good thing. Because having all this movement behind you
Yeah.
and all the commotion and not even having a big project out yet means like I'm able to hype this up.
Yes, absolutely. I think before an album, it would be like an EP. But yeah, either way, I definitely want to be in Florida to create that.
We're going to sign you as a co-host. That's okay. You can have
I'm with
90.
it.
We can do a 90-10 split. You have 90, I'll have 10. I'm just a nice guy.
What?
I'm just a nice guy. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll share with you still.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. DoorDash.
DoorDash,
Maybe pick up a coffee.
coffee.
Appreciate it.
What else you want?
You have a friend that, well, I'm sure you have plenty of friends. But you have a friend, and her name is Valentina.
Yes.
Yeah, she was on the stream with you. Is she someone close to you?
Well, that story is actually kind of like wild. I met her on TikTok probably last year. We were both on live and it was like 3 a.m. and I never even like go live, especially at that time. And I did, and she joined and we just like started talking, and then we were like, okay, maybe we should be friends, but I still don't even do that. So it was like a lot of time that went by, but I remember she told me that she models, and I just reached out to her when I needed her for like a photo shoot, and she was just great energy that day. And then we just always stayed in touch. So that day particularly was one of the beginning of hanging out again, because life. And that night she came to the studio with me, and after we were just outside, me, her, my manager, and my other friend Aaron, just chopping it up, and I started singing that song in 5 minutes. I was like, oh, it's gonna go viral, come on, go behind me, because she was dancing to me while I was singing, and I was like, this is a video, this is what we're doing. She's like, okay. And then they filmed it and it did numbers.
How was going on the stream with her on Drewski and Kai? Kai loved you. I've never seen Kai so in love. He loved you.
I appreciated it. It was nice. I was actually surprised that we even connected that way on the stream, because even to this day, I still never met him where I said, hi, my name is Madai. Like, that was our first time meeting each other in that moment. So the fact that something so organic happened that way, like, it was just crazy.
Kai is one of those guys where I love people who perpetuate positive energy into the world. Because on the internet, there's so many just whistleblowers and dudes talking about ice baths.
Yeah.
And
I forgot you said that.
and it's just so refreshing seeing a guy like Kai who has boundaries, is able to have fun, is against the abuse of drug and alcohol, and knowing his fan base, which is a lot of young kids in suburbia and the city, like he has a broad fan base.
Yeah.
People like that are leading the culture right now.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why we even aligned for that to happen, because that's exactly what I'm doing. Like, I want to put out good energy. I want to show the world something they've never seen before. And whatever spirits did led us together.
So you thank God a lot.
Yeah.
And I see you always saying, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Do you have a Christ-centered faith in your music, and how does that lead you?
Well, actually, yes. One of my biggest songs, You'll Get Over It, that I did remixed with the Little Uzi, I actually wrote that about God. I just took his name out of it so people can receive it without feeling like it's being forced on them. And that was what I wanted. And yeah, I do.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah. The most persistent thing on my brain recently has been Jesus.
Cool.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, honestly, outside of whatever the Bible says, because I haven't read the whole thing to say and argue things, but from what they describe Jesus to be, sounds like a Kai, a me, whoever else wants to make the world better, because that's what it sounds like he was doing. And whatever way he did it and died on the cross, I'm going to die doing this. So is Kai. We're going to go hard until we can't no more. So yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. He's pretty cool.
Yeah,
he's pretty cool. Well, Madai, before we end it, do you have anything to promote or anything to tease with the people?
Well, I just want to, what do I look at? Oh, hi. What do I want to promote? American Idol is still happening. Yeah. What else? I will be dropping a project by the end of the year, for sure. There will be visuals, and it'll just be elevated. And I don't know. We'll see what's next.
Hi, guys. Thank you for watching Madai Chakell. She's amazing. Go do an ice bath or something like that. Like and subscribe. Deuce.
Yeah, we want 'em up. Slap 'em up. Yeah, we slap 'em up. Yeah, we slap 'em up. We slap 'em up.